What I wanted to talk about today is my biggest mistake on StrongLifts 5x5. I've been running the program for about 8 months now, and so far I think my biggest mistake is how I've handled my bench press. My mistake was that I tried to add in bench variations like close grip, pause reps to attack certain weak points that I believe that I had, such as my lockout. And to illustrate that, just look at this graph right here. And this shows in the blue line is my squats and the gray line is my bench press. You'll notice the squats is just really good progress from 8 months ago until now. But my bench press has basically moved nowhere. I was taking a couple steps forward and then taking 2 steps back, but only taking 2 steps forward again. Rather than on the squats, you see I take a deload and I move a little bit more ahead, take a deload, move a little bit more ahead. On the bench press, that's not the case. And I found out that the reason why that is because I tried to change up the variations and work on different things in the middle of the program, and I spent months doing that without the results that I would have expected. And what I've learned since then is that, in my opinion at least, weak points or sticking points, such as the lockout on the bench press or the speed off the ground on the deadlift, is a useless concept for beginner raw lifters. So if you're just starting out on StrongLifts or any other beginner program, you don't need to worry about the different range of motions on your lift. So you don't need to worry about your lockout. You don't need to worry about the speed off your chest. You don't need to worry about your deadlift lockout or your, if you stall halfway up on the deadlift. You don't need to work on those things specifically. You don't need to work on those individual components of the lift. You don't need to work on those individual areas of the range of motion. You just need to worry about the entire range of motion and just worrying about getting stronger. So not only can you forget about working on specific areas of the range of motion, you can forget about changing up the variations of the exercise as well. So my mistake was going from the touch and go bench press to the pause bench press and close grip. And I did this because I wanted to work on my lockout speed because I thought that was my problem. And I wanted to switch to pause reps because I figured that I could develop more power off the bottom. Now this may be the case, but as a beginner lifter who is benching under 200 pounds, I didn't really need to work on my lockout. I just needed to get stronger overall. So now that we talked about my mistake, let's talk about why people would make this mistake and why I made this mistake. And mostly it's because of the frustration that happens when plateaus occur. And what you need to realize is that, especially on a linear program, a beginner program like StrongLifts, the plateaus will occur, and they'll occur often, especially as you go farther along down the program. So instead of trying to change things up and work on what you think your problems are on specific lifts, just do the deloads like they're called for and make small incremental progress. And your graph will end up looking like my squats instead of looking like my bench press. So that's it, guys. That's my biggest mistake on StrongLifts and the one that I regret the most. So I hope that you can learn something from this and avoid making that mistake yourself. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So make sure you like it if you did. And tell me in the comments below, what mistakes have you made on your program that you regret and what would you do differently? So as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.